My name is Richard Cowlishaw-Ellison. I'm the site leader at Chesterfield in the UK. I've been at Amazon for 10 years now. I started at the Doncaster site as a temporary associate. After the first Christmas there, I got converted to a permanent employee. Eventually became a team lead, and I've had 6 promotions since then until I'm currently in the role I am now. I've launched 14 buildings across Europe during my time and worked in 6 different countries across the globe, including the US. I've met my wife at Amazon, which is a fantastic achievement. She's a wonderful woman. She works at Amazon too. I always get asked the question why I chose to stay at Amazon, and for me it was that first Christmas period working there, the leaders that I worked alongside and the fun that we had, just the environment and the culture, it really got me hooked. I really loved my time, and that was what convinced me really, is that actually I wanted to enjoy where I was going to be spending my working time. So hence why I made the decision to step away and not return to my previous career and take a chance with Amazon, which was a growing business at the time. When I was an associate and I applied to the first team lead role opportunities within the building, I got rejected 3 times. The first time I got rejected, I didn't even get through to the interview stage, and so my CV needed a lot of work. That was the feedback I got from my line manager. My line manager at the time worked with me, and my operations manager as well spent some time with me helping me understand how to write my CV so that it could demonstrate the best on paper as to who I was as a leader. When I finally got through to an interview stage at the second time of trying, again I wasn't successful, and the feedback there was that my interview skills weren't up to scratch. I couldn't articulate myself very well, and I was coming across a bit too cocky with some of the feedback that I got at the time. So again, I went back and engaged my line manager, spent time with them. They put me in contact with a manager in another building who had similar challenges, and they were able to coach me in terms of how to relax a little bit more in interviews, how to come across confident yet not cocky, and try and draw that balance in terms of what Amazon was looking for. They were a long tenured leader within Amazon at the time, so their experience was really crucial in helping me develop those skills. The third time when I got to the interview and I was declined, I was told I was good enough and I'd met the bar, there was just someone better. And therefore, with only one available role, I had to sit and wait for another opportunity to come up. Which fortunately, the way Amazon was growing at the time, 2 months later, another role came up. I put my application in again, got to interview, and fortunately that time I was successful. And that was a year after I'd started, so it was in the September of 2011. So it was a real big breakthrough point for me, showing what perseverance can do, but also how it's critical that we get the feedback when we're not successful, and we use that, and then we go out and seek the people that are going to help us get through those tough times. So when I was getting rejected from the roles, some of the hardest things for me was taking the feedback. But I was confident, I knew I could learn and I could develop and I could grow, and I felt I was there, but people were telling me I wasn't there, and that was hard to hear, that honesty. So the perseverance, the grit really came from the belief in myself that I could grow, that I could learn, that I could get better, because I was doing it in everything else in life. When I did cross that line, the elation was amazing, and there wasn't a better feeling. Key piece of advice I would give you, just as was given to me, is go away and understand the leadership principles and the intent behind them, and embrace them and start to try and demonstrate them in your daily work ethic. And then, be the best at what you do. There's no better way of demonstrating your leadership than leading from the front and being the best, but taking your team members, your peers, your fellow associates with you. You do that, and you take those people with you, become that informal leader, that positive leading light for your fellow employees, and they can't help but recognize your ability to be a strong leader. Amazon's always encouraging us to grow as leaders, because as a growing business, it needs us to take our knowledge to new areas and new sites, new buildings as they open up. And with those new teams, they need the experience that we've garnered within the buildings we've been working in. So there's always opportunities as new buildings are opening. They're always advertising and looking for the next layer of leaders, the next the next superstars within that next role, and those growth opportunities are always available. So if you're on the fringe, the leaders that are within your building right now are always looking to try and help you and push you and progress you, because we need it to support the business growth as much as we need it to help you develop as a future leader within Amazon.